This pre-show is the most silent Max has ever been. He hasn't even tried to just interrupt out of being an asshole. He's just quiet.
I have a low energy day. I don't know.
No, pump up your energy. This is the AWKWARDcast. It's the best part of the week.
Yeah, pop your ass wide open. Get that energy in.
I will do my very best. Hello and welcome everybody to the AWKWARDcast. And my Keyframe one about random dribble. And today with us, once again, why do I snap all the time? This is weird. Okay, this is apparently my attempt to artificially have high energy.
The energy level went up. It's the power of jazz snaps.
Do they have micro machines in Germany? Because you could probably audition for that.
God, imagine the micro machine opening in German.
I do passive aggressive. This meant something. The snapping, didn't it?
Isn't that clapping at like beatnik poetry clubs?
This is what one of the Goofy movies tried to tell me, but I believe it's also some kind of
extremely goofy movie.
Anyways,
but yes, our veteran Aficionados Chris.
Yes, we have a guest, and he has been here before, and he has something to do with last week's guest. Hello, Aficionados Chris. Please tell everybody who does not who you are, who are you, what do you do, and why should people care?
You pronounced my name right, ladies and gentlemen. I am Aficionados Chris, as they said. I make videos on the YouTube, mostly reviews. Do you like movies? Do you like cartoons? Go there. I probably talk about them sometimes.
I have a puppet.
Only if they have already been officially released on DVD.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I did review a couple bootlegs.
Oh, did you now? Because I recall that you most of the time are like, here's a DVD, and you hold it up and be like, yeah, I have the physical thing.
There are some DVDs. It depends. Depends if they didn't release it on Blu-ray.
Lean your head a little bit to the right, Chris.
My right or your right?
You're right. Look at all the DVDs in the background.
I could have just done this and you get a better idea.
Oh, there we go.
If that's what you wanted.
Wait, go back. I love the Alf box set that's just sticking out right there.
Oh, a funny thing. That's a German box set.
Oh.
Oh, is it because the dad lives in Germany now after making his
that is a coincidence. No, the reason I have a German box set is because here in the States, the Alf DVDs are the syndicated cuts, meaning there are scenes missing. And in Germany, because I guess Alf is very big in Germany, I'm assuming, that the German DVDs are the closest to uncut of the series. It's in English and everything. I have a region-free player, so I can watch them on my TV with no issues. But yeah, I had to import from Germany so I could have the most Alf goodness that I can.
Did Dizzy Miss Lizzie just... Oh, is this a butterfly Mimi in text form?
You know, she probably did, knowing her.
So, just before we get to your weekly highlights, can I just say, the best mental image came to my head when you said, I guess Alf is popular in Germany, and Max is like, I don't know. Secretly, in his closet, there's like 1 million Alf shirts.
I'm just assuming by the fact that not many countries have a complete series box set of Alf, that would logically mean there is a demand in that country, meaning they have some level of popularity.
The logic makes sense. I recall that it was on television in the 90s, that I did watch it, my family watched it, so it was a thing. My sister had a cassette of an episode of Alf. Okay, Chrissy found something about Alf, I guess.
I looked up is Alf popular in Germany? And you know how Google sometimes has those automatic responses?
Is Alf...
Propelled by show's popularity in Germany, Piper recorded 2 albums that had 4 hit singles as the German Alf. The weirdest of which was the song called Alfward und... I'm not pronouncing that, which allegedly means Alf will be our chancellor. Apparently, in Germany, Alf was a pop star.
Huh.
Oh.
Anyway, what has been
Alf did have some records.
Besides knowing this information now, Chris, what have been some recent highlights in your life? Great segue from Chrissy.
Oh, God. How would you define a highlight? One of them I can't talk about for business reasons, obviously.
We have too many professional guests. They all have MCRs, NDAs.
Yeah, but what have been like some interesting stories? Let's put it like that.
Oh God! I mean, I can't even top the I can't top the guy who had the heart attack in the movie theater the last time I was here. Nothing even remotely interesting.
Make something up.
So fake news?
Fake news!
You want me to supply some fake news? God damn.
We need a fake news section on this show. I have no idea.
No, you don't.
How it looks. I have no idea how it looks like.
You made fake news this week when we get into your weekly highlights, Maximilian. So.
What?
The Coke Chan.
You
wait till you go into your week. Let's not ignore Chris.
Okay, it's fair. It's fair. Let's not ignore Chris. So, Chris, please continue talking about your week.
Oh, my week was pretty good. I got to speak to Key again because she's constantly ignoring my messages.
Rightfully so.
Oh, okay.
But I can't do it on here. Where else can I do it? Because then I could publicly shame you into wanting to talk to me more.
Wow! How to make Chrissy look like an asshole in less than 2 seconds. That's a fucking record. But...
First of all, that's my position. I'm the asshole in like every server.
Oh, it was. But so you had nothing good happen in your life? No highlights, no stories?
Well, we did. I think the one thing we can say is that I did help produce a new album for DA Games, the tuber that Chrissy and I work and collaborate with, and Chrissy did the album art for it. So that was wonderful. That was definitely a highlight because it felt good to produce something, even though I obviously didn't make the tracks. That's all Will's talent. But like getting the project, like running a project was definitely like a highlight.
We've also made the best shirt design that we'll ever make for DA Games this week.
Right. That's right. I don't know if we can announce that one yet.
We can't announce it yet, but oh my! Let me just say this: it involves someone wearing socks, and everyone hates the fact that it's wearing socks. It'll make sense when it comes out.
Well, considering Lizzie's comments right now in the chat, we know who's triggered the most about it.
Thanks, Lizzie. But you know what? Then we can move on to German Boy, because man, you caused an upstir this week, Mister.
I guess I might have. Okay, so some of you might recall this beautiful post on my Twitter, where I had a real screenshot from a Tumblr post about Coca-Cola officials said in an interview with we saw that what happened to the Twitter logo. We don't want this to happen. Don't turn the cola bottle into a sexy comic girl or something. Now, I want to point out that this screenshot is real. However, the image in the screenshot, where is it gone? Oh, it's now on the side, damn it. The image, it was good. Where can I go? How can I go there? No, this is all not working. I thought for a second I was prepared. I failed horribly.
I feel kind of awkward about drinking this during this particular.
Yeah, pretty much. How do I open this thing again? It's all broken.
But no, while he's fixing that, so for people who don't know, Coke bottles didn't look like the curvaceous bottles that we know today. They started as, looking like straight up whiskey bottles. Oh yeah. But actually, if you watched Wacko's Wish, that is what the Coke bottle, the elixir bottle that the nurse and the doctor had. Like with their elixir thing that Wacko really liked because it made him burp really loudly. And then they changed it to the curvy bottle. But yeah. And then I CC talked about, I'm glad that Coke embraced its curves. And then I said, don't lewd the Coke bottle, CC. Little did I know the domino effect that would happen because of this message.
Rule number one about the internet. Don't tell people not to do something because they will continue to do it.
But this was exactly my logic behind it. This is why I...
oh, that's lovely.
So yeah...
Did you finally see the Coke Chan drawing in the corner?
Yep.
This is
thank our friend Ambrose for that.
This is a temporary final result. But yeah, this thing was...
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah. Wow. But yeah, the thing was that... the screenshot on Twitter is real. However, the picture in the screenshot was made by me. So
You know something's edited by Max if the font is the Arial font he uses for everything.
Hey! First of all, this is what images look like. I did it in the spirit of fake news, a la Jack's film. Hey, and the majority of people who complain about it did not figure out that it's fake, or that at least I faked it, so. And it worked. It worked. We have now Coke-chan over there. So
yes, now we have Coke-chan, and we had a long conversation in AMY server about what other chans would be. Basically, we were writing both a harem anime a la Sword Art Online, but with sodas, and then.
Oh God, you had to say Sword Art Online.
And then a dating sim a la Hunipop. But you okay there, Chris?
But yeah, Coke-chan is now alive.
Do you want to just ruin Coke for me? Like, I already went that minor streak of no Coke for a while, only to break it recently.
We have to make Yoo-Hoo-chan to ruin that for you.
Do not fucking do that!
I look forward to the end of the show. Chrissy, you know probably why.
Yeah. So, anything else happened during your week, Maxie?
Actually, stuff did happen. My sister was over yesterday to today for about 24 hours, which was actually her first time visiting me ever since I moved to Berlin. And she's yet not the last member of the family to do so. So, but we went full out tourist because she was like, oh yeah, let's do touristy things. Because my flat, I was like, we can
hear some furry stuff.
We can watch some Netflix, I guess. So yeah, what we basically did was yesterday going all touristy, like Brandenburger Tor, taking a lot of pictures, going to the Jewish Memorial, which is all those stone blocks, which people.
I have a story about that when we get to my week.
Oh boy, but yeah, with those. Maybe people have already seen pictures from people who visited Berlin Historic. There's a bunch of stone blocks that make those really long passages where you can do silly things in it. I mean, it's a memorial for thousands of dead Jews, but hey, fun! Check the...
Wait, did you say Jews?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure I didn't mishear that.
Religion, basically the mother religion
I got that.
Christians.
We were talking about Coke, so wait, does he mean juice?
Nope. The people who
in
came
the soda
out of
anime is the Holocaust Jews.
Anyways, so we also then we went to the cinema, to the IMAX twice this week.
Oh boy.
None of them is my media, because the first one was Battle Angel Alita, which I already talked about last week, and the other one was Bohemian Rhapsody, which Denim talked about 2 weeks ago. So,
did you like Bohemian Rhapsody?
I did like it. I mean, as somebody who likes the music of Queen, I was like, yeah, throughout the movie, obviously. I assume, Denim is still watching, right? Without spoilers, you said you had many bulging out your eyes moments. Was the one with the father, the late one with the father, was this one of them? Because that one got me a little bit misty. But yeah, like the movie, boy, I was so angry with this one character. Once again, not spoil. I mean, it's a historical thing about the movie.
I know which character you're talking
German
about.
Just came out
No, because
we're about to pound on something.
This was bookmark abusive relationship stuff. So it was like, wow, textbook, yeah. Like, wow, bookmark it, yeah, bookmark the abusive relationship. No, but textbook abusive relationship stuff with isolating and everything. I'm like, wow.
I mean, the movie
this was real.
Moments of abuse.
That's all. Anyways, and this morning we even continued with because we still needed to spend a few hours between the cinema and getting rid of her at the train station. Choo-choo. So we also went to the Museum of German History of Movie or German Movie History or whatever, which is right there at the Sony Center.
Is that the actual title of the place? The history of German history movies, whatever.
Yes, this is the title.
With us put in between.
It says Filmhaus in German, but when you try to translate it ends up with this. So English language is a lot less precise than German language. Fun fact, this is actually true in most cases.
Yeah, I've seen your words.
Nevertheless, this might also be the reason why I'm so low energy today, because I got dragged around Berlin by my sister for nearly an entire day.
You had to go have fun
I
with
know,
family.
right?
You only get to do that, like, what, 2-3 times a year, getting dragged around by your siblings.
That's very true. That's very, very true. So yeah, those were my highlights, I guess.
You should feel privileged because you're going to a film museum in Germany. That's so good because you guys made some of the best expressionist films.
Oh yeah,
in fact, my favorite film of all time is German.
This is actually fun. So from this museum, from the permanent exhibit, so the first half was, or the first 2/3 was actually all the good old stuff like Metropolis and other stuff, Lina Riefenstein and Marlene Dietrich. She probably should be a name over there too, because she was cheering for your troops. Anyways, okay. Apparently not. Apparently I'm too old for all of you. But yeah, talk about impressionistic movies.
I was literally waiting for you to mention more important names like Fritz Lang.
Ooh.
But okay.
Wow.
But yeah, the last stretch of it was a big thing with allegedly the posters of the most popular movies of the year in Germany, East and West next to each other, and we were especially looking through the newer ones and like, wow, either the last 3 decades of German movies were really, really shit, or they picked very, very bad movies because they had like bullshit on this wall where we were like, there must have been something better in that year. This movie cannot be the best German movie that year produced. But yeah, enough of me. Chrissy, anything happening? Oh, yeah, you mentioned you already mentioned you have a story.
Welcome to Chrissy's Life of Great Moments in Mundane History. The show where Chrissy just has weird people around her that make her look slightly better.
Is that why we're friends?
That's why I have every relationship with every person in my life. But anyway, so one cool thing. This is not out of order. This is all out of order. Lauren gave me the best birthday present. It's a birthday present, though, that I'm going to be getting near the end of April, but it's because it's an event. Ross, Aaron, The Odd Ones Out, Jaden Animations, and Domix are going to be doing a show down in Anaheim. And I was like, oh, look at this, Lauren. This is really cool. And she was like, cool, I just bought us tickets. Happy birthday, Chrissy. And I was like,
wah, wah.
But like, sorry, headphone users. But like, I'm so excited for that. Ross is one of my favorite, like, animator artist people. I have his sketchbook. I have his Bowsette poster. Of course, Aaron is one of my favorites. I think Jaden is just a sweetie, and I'm just really excited. I love that stuff. I've never been able to go to like a Game Grumps Live or Ninja Sex Party or that kind of stuff. So I'm like, yes. But
so guests for the AWKWARDcast in April are settled. I get it.
If I meet Ross and I'm like, hey, buddy, you want to be on a podcast with a German? And he's like,
I mean, if this is his selling point, sure. Pour me out, I can handle it.
Well, look, little do you know, that's just what I send emails to every guest. It's just like, hey, I got a podcast with a German host. You want to be part of it? But no.
It's true. She told me that.
So the one with Jesse Cox was an exception, but after that, you were like, why put all the effort in that?
Yeah, but no, the other thing...
This explains all the restraining orders I have gotten recently, but please continue.
But no, the other thing is Mama Frame had another great moment this week. So, you know, my parents have never been comfortable with me traveling anywhere in my life. Like, they hate it when I go to cons. They hate it when I travel overseas. They always think I'm going to get kidnapped. I've had so many fucking calls where my mom is like, remember, don't go into dark alleys by yourself and keep an eye on your drink at all times. Every time. And I'm like, Mom, I'm going to lunch in the middle of the daytime with 3 people. I think I'll be fine. And we've already explained that my dad, till the day he died, thought Max was a spy. So, but
I mean, he was a wise man.
He was. But no, like fucking, my mom's fine with me traveling now. And she was like, hey, you're traveling this week, right? And I'm like, yeah. Okay, cool. Hangs up. Fast forward to 3:30 in the morning. My phone starts ringing. No one calls me. So I see that it's an Indiana number. I'm like, oh shit, it must be an emergency. And I'm like, okay, well, what's up? For once I was asleep. And she was like, hey, have you ever been to the Holocaust Museum?
Doesn't she have a day job? Why is she awake at this hour?
You have successfully found a way to tell a joke involving the Holocaust without it being offensive. I applaud you. I applaud you for
thank
that.
Mama Frame. But like, I was like, first of all, that expression that I just had was my reaction. I heard the Curb Your Enthusiasm music in my head, but like, no, Mom, I've never been to the Holocaust Museum. Okay, bye. Hangs up. Well, now I can't go back to sleep. I'm too confused. And then she calls me later while I'm working. And I'm like, hey, Mom. Hey, sweetie, how are you? I'm tired. Oh, really? Why? Then I got further explanation in that she was like, oh, so you've never been to the Holocaust Museum? And I'm like, no, Mom, I've never been. Oh, well, there's a picture on the Facebook that looks exactly like, she said the Facebook, that looks exactly like you, hair and height and everything. Thanks, Mom. I'm glad to be reminded of my height from my own almost 6-foot mother. Thanks. But like, it's just, and she's like, you should go there. Look, I'm like, I don't want to go to a place where Jews died. And then she was like, and then she just started listing off places. And I'm like, Mom, I'm not really a touristy person. She's like, then what do you do all day? And I'm like, if I gave an answer to that, that would just sound depressing. Because she's like, do you just stay in his apartment all day doing nothing? And I'm like, yes, and it's the most relaxing fucking thing in the world.
I mean, I have a vacuum, so.
Yeah, I mean, but like, it was just a conversation. She was really intent on getting me to go see the Holocaust Museum,
Fun story, I just Googled it. First of all, I only found pictures of the memorial I talked about earlier. When I Google Holocaust Museum, and like, this is not a museum, this is outside, this is a bunch of blocks. And apparently she means the Jewish museum in Berlin. It's called Jewish Museum and not Holocaust Museum.
My mom also calls Facebook the Facebook.
That's true.
Well, to be technical, it was once called the Facebook.
But then Justin Timberlake came along and said it's the.
But then she asked me before we ended this conversation, because when I was working, she also called me again while I was at the gym. Because that conversation, and this was a 3-act play this day. I was at the gym, and I was getting ready to leave. I was done. I was sweaty. I was tired. Hey, Chrissy, do you know what the Holocaust is?
Well, I've seen Schindler's List, and it wasn't very happy.
If you don't stop asking me stuff like this, I will start denying it ever happened. And this is how Holocaust deniers are actually made.
But I'm just like, yes, Mom, who doesn't know the Holocaust exists?
The Holocaust deniers.
Of people. And I'm like, okay, you're right. But I would feel like you should expect better of me. She's like, well, okay, watch your drink, be safe, bye. I'm like, and that's the last I've heard from her for the last few days. So, I don't know if she was giving me a hint of something going on, that she kept talking about the Holocaust. I don't know what's going on in Indiana, but...
Are your friends Holocaust deniers?
Max.
Fun fact: it's more of a problem in America than in Germany. In Germany, we get taught the facts about history in school, including evolution.
I'm just saying, folks. I had a moment where I was like, my mom would be a very interesting guest for this podcast.
Oh boy!
But then my thought went immediately away because I'm like, I don't want to put people through that for 2 hours.
Also, another interesting
You put
one.
that shit on Dr. Phil.
You might also risk to get her on your track. And then when she figures this podcast out and she starts watching it, stories like the one you just told would become a lot more awkward.
Oh yeah, that's why this is the one thing keeping me from having a stand-up career. She would get way too offended because 90% of my stories would be about her.
Also because the stand-up part, you look like you're sitting down most of the time.
Heyo.
Okay, so onwards to media. Hey Chris, what did you bring for us today?
Yeah, apparently.
What did I bring?
Yeah, I have no list.
What do you wanna
list
talk
Well, let's
about?
see. Let's look behind me, shall we, of all the media.
This is the Alf box set.
I should have grabbed that considering it's German. I could have shown it off and Max here could have fucking read it like, oh, this means this. Great. Maybe over here it tells me how it wants to fuck my mother? What?
This says here, the Jews faked the moon landing.
Yeah. I mean,
As I said, the facts we learn in German history class.
But
I was
anyway.
talking about any media that I've been watching this week. I feel like the problem is everybody's watching it this week because everybody's seen the movie, and it's just constantly worth re-recommending and rewatching, and that would be Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse is so good.
It came out on digital recently, I believe last Tuesday. So this following Tuesday will have been out for a week now. And I'm assuming everyone in the chat has seen it, right? Like,
Hell yeah.
As Max.
Oh, Max saw it opening weekend, didn't you?
Something like this. Why are there no cool
I saw it
wallpaper
opening weekend in
posters?
3D, which is what Spider-Verse has, like, the acclaim of, I think, 2 movies in my life that I say you need to see it in 3D, and that is that and Dragons.
I have not seen a 3D movie since Captain America, I think. I don't even remember. It has been years. In fact, when I saw that there was a 3D, I went, wait, they're still doing this? Because I thought this fad died out like years ago. And yep, there they all are, the amazing. I mean, so it's almost like like people act like it's a. I say people act like it seems like a lot of people think, oh, it's this underrated gem. Except now it's an Academy Award winning film, and among other things. Oh, you know what? That should have been my event, even though it was earlier. The announcement of Spider-Verse getting the win, which I'm sure some of you caught. If you didn't watch it live, you probably got wind of it online. Of like everyone's like overwhelming, oh my god, it won.
The few times I've seen people give a shit about the Oscars was that.
I didn't give a shit about it, literally anything else. I did not care. That was the only category I cared about. But I will tell you this, is that I already had, not literal, like figurative money on the table that it's going to go to Incredibles 2. Because it's always, typically, specifically the animation category is a rigged system. Because if you've seen, like, leaked documents of people who voted in that category, like 80% of it is people not even voting at all or just putting in the film that their kids liked. So by that logic, the film with the most box office would logically mean the one with the most parents that took their kids to see it, right? Mm-hmm. So you would think, because in comparison, the box office for Incredibles 2 was much larger than the box office for Spider-Verse. Very good picture there, Max. So I feel like everyone else wanted. I know there were people that were like, oh, Spider-Verse is going to win. I said, I wouldn't say it's going to win. I would like it to win. I don't think it's going to win, but I want to be wrong. And so Sunday, I think, like last week when they aired the Oscars, waited until that particular category. I was in Will's fan server watching it. Everyone was like in anticipation, like they're about to announce who's going to be president or something. And the first thing I said right before they opened the envelope, I say, "All right, Academy, disappoint me." And then they announce it. I screamed. I kicked my desk in complete fucking sheer joy and happiness. And I know you say you kicked your desk. Doesn't that mean you're angry? No. I was just really passionate and happy.
There are spasms
my desk.
There are spasms of joy. Yes.
Exactly. I'm sure I probably scared some of the kids in that server, but it was worth it because Spider-Verse won. And in case you can't tell by my enthusiasm, watch Spider-Verse 50 times. It's so fucking good. I think right now, because it used to be Guardians of the Galaxy was my favorite comic book movie of all time. Spider-Verse trampled Guardians. Spider-Verse is not only one of the greatest comic book movies I've ever seen, it is like the greatest animated film I've seen in years, and it might become one of my all-time favorite movies. I don't know, but holy shit.
Spider-Pig just punt-kicked Rocket Raccoon around.
Spider-Ham, thank you.
Spider-Ham, sorry. But speaking of which, I rewatched one of the clips from Spider-Verse, you know, when they had Penny Parker, Spider-Noir, and Spider-Ham's origin thing.
Should I put on the spoilers?
No,
okay.
it's
like every trailer.
It's in every trailer. And I think it was an officially released clip, but it was like, you know how they're like, one day I got bitten by a radioactive spider. It took till now, rewatching that, to realize Spider-Ham's was, I got bitten by a radioactive pig.
Well, yeah, because the actual Spider-Ham comic, the origin that
he is
a spider that got bit by a pig, and that's why he's part, like, he's a pig, but he has spider ability. It's ridiculous.
I know, but I didn't register that in the theater, but it was like, but now I rewatch it, I'm like, God.
It's one of those movies, and as someone who's rewatched, because I saw it twice in theaters, and I've seen it 4 times now since I got the digital copy. It's one of those movies where the more times you rewatch it, you pick up on other things that you missed the first time, or even the second time around. I was watching it with a friend. She caught a dolphin sound effect in a scene. I went, wait, what? There's a dolphin? Where? And I played it back. Oh my God, there's a fucking dolphin in that scene. What the fuck? Where was that the other times I've watched this?
Can we also
why is this movie so good? Just fucking watch it.
Can we also say a reason to buy the Blu-ray is that this movie, the professional people that made this Oscar-winning film, put a fucking fart edit in the official Blu-ray release.
Yep.
Yes, where
so the audio line, so it's an extra farting. Are they talking in farts exclusively?
No, like. So, you know the scene with Miles and his uncle that has like the hey meme? Now imagine that when hey, except with a fart. It's just as stupid as you think, but it's that level of professional stupid that makes me like...
It's oddly charming.
It is so weird. This reminds me that Bart and I talked about it the other day. My coworker / boss, whatever. And it was like... We came to a point where we talked about humor, and I was telling him that I'm hip with the kids, and that I probably know what, and I just want to check with him about his, because he has a lot of small children, like, what's cool with the kids today? I'm just checking. And he's like, yeah, fart jokes. And we had a discussion if fart jokes actually stay relevant for people throughout their life and they just stop pretending not to liking them anymore. But yeah, this kind of confirms that apparently Bart was right, that fart jokes, you do not really outgrow fart jokes, you just pretend to.
But the one last thing about Spider-Verse, I guess, before we move on to another person's media, Chris brought this up. And apparently this went viral for a bit. Disney didn't think that Spider-Verse was going to win the Oscar either, because you found something, didn't you, Chris? At Walmart with Wreck-It Ralph 2.
C. Robert Cargill, a writer, he wrote the movie Sinister and Doctor Strange. He posted a photo where one of these like kiosk things, like these display kiosks where they keep the new releases or whatever. There was a picture for the recently released Ralph Breaks the Internet home video, and it had a little tag on it that said Academy Award winner 2018 Best Animated Feature, an award that it did not win. And to add to the irony, the image they chose to highlight that was a hug between Ralph and Vanellope where they look depressed.
Beautiful.
It was amazing.
I saw the picture. Now I get finally what it's about.
Oh,
Like,
but yeah.
Wow. I mean, you can't really blame Disney marketing department to be like, oh God, we
Sure,
put out a
it's
big
like,
hit.
Of the films you had nominated, you
Yeah.
banked on Ralph Breaks the Internet over Incredibles 2?
No, but okay, that's a fair point. Yeah. I mean, between those two, I actually would have thought that, why Ralph?
One would definitely have had more opportunity than the other, I would think.
Yeah, also a good point. So, okay, I take it back. No, the marketing executives are still idiots in Disney. I mean, they are the same people who release their cartoons internationally months apart. I'm still
Tangles
salty.
finally came back.
I'm still
Thanks,
I'm
buddies.
still very salted about this. That's like Incredibles took 4 months from America and UK to Germany to the cinema.
He had
Disney.
to fly to a different country to see this movie.
And it was the same with Wreck-It Ralph. This was why I talked about Wreck-It Ralph on the show, because I had already forgotten Chrissy talked about it because it was months ago. It's like, Disney, have you heard of this new crazy shit that's called piracy? It just came up!
Well,
We do
while
not
Max's
condone
energy,
piracy on this show.
while Max's energy level is finally up, why don't you talk about your media, Maxie?
I guess I can do that. So I had 2 medias I was considering talking about. I got told I'm not allowed to take the more realistic one, so I will keep it for another day. Breaking somebody else's good mood. So Chris, you should be thankful. No, but instead there was another thing which I really hope we didn't talk about at this show. But if we did, I'm pretty sure it was long ago and deserves another talking, namely Kurzgesagt.
You haven't talked about this one.
See,
Bless you.
Hey, in a nutshell. Kurzgesagt in a nutshell. You might recognize it. The animation style. Does it take me anywhere? Cute animation, but where do I go? Come on. You might recognize the graphic of it and those styles. Not a single bird on the entire page. That's weird. They usually make a big deal about their bird characters. But yeah, today they released a video which was like, can we trust Kurzgesagt? Where they talk a little bit about their process, about even how they went back and removed 2 old videos of theirs that do not live up to their standards. And their standards are like first having an idea, doing research with actual scientific papers, then asking. I'm basically telling you what they tell in the video, but it's. The reason is still, I mean, it's not about this video, it's about the entire channel, so I can spoil the one video. Basically, the process is like then having this first draft, sending it to actual experts and getting their feedback, then refining it, sending it to other experts to get even their feedback, and only then they start making an episode. And while you might not love every single, or are not interested in every single topic, because they're usually very scientific, but throughout all branches of science, basically, from biology, astrology, time travel, or speculative stuff like when are we ready and what would it take us to settle on other planets, like, but from a realistic, not from a sci-fi approach, but from a realistic approach, like, hey, how long does it take, what would we need to do, like, actually speaking. And so I'm pretty sure that you find some videos on their channel interesting. And once again, with this news video, I would say, yeah, they actually convinced me about their credibility, about their seriousness. You deleting 2 of your most popular videos because you are like, yeah, but we are not fine with the standard. We did not do enough bouncing back and forward with experts, and we put out 2 one-sided pieces. We would rather delete those videos and even redo one of them instead of keeping them up. And that basically re-earned my respect for them. I mean, I was already subscribed to them, but I was like, fucking shit, they deserve recognition for standing up for their principles, and here I am. Watch this shit. Go through their library, find some interesting topic, and just watch it. It's educational, it's short, it has pretty funny animations with birds, it's good shit. Good shit. Watch Kurzgesagt.
If this was your happy one, I'm intrigued of what your sad one was.
I mean, happy and sad are not really fitting one. I guess serious one and entertaining one. This was the entertaining one because...
What was the serious one?
Another time. What?
That sounded so ominous.
Yeah, because I will talk about it another time.
It's gonna be like during a really happy show that you're going to bring it up.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's not sad, it's just real life knocks on your door and is like, hey, motherfucker, stop ignoring me.
I love the emphasis in the way you pronounce that word.
And that counts as a media how?
Because it's a YouTube channel?
And can you at least give the YouTube channel's name?
Matt Christensen.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying people can watch them if they're really intrigued, and then they'll understand why it's depressing.
It's not even depressing, but I would
You
like to
made it sound a lot worse than what it really is.
Yeah, it's reality. Reality is depressing.
No, it's not.
But I would also like to introduce it with context, so another time. So I guess this is your media, Flop.
I don't know how to top that.
Offhand Disney.
Yes,
Disney, of course, is a company that's
people know I really like Defunctland and Yesterworld and stuff. But so I found this one, Offhand Disney, which is on the lower end of subscribers compared to the other ones, but I really like their stuff. It's not like Defunctland where it has a very specific topic of defunct rides and stuff. This one,
I actually did not even know you knew about Defunctland or Yesterworld, because I'm actually subscribed to both those channels.
I love Defunctland. I talked about Defunctland on the podcast before.
I actually have their book, the one they kickstarted.
Ooh, nice. But yeah, I've been watching this one, annoying the servers I'm in by linking.
I recall you blogging this one in my server, and I believe somebody already called. No, you yourself announced that this is going to be a medium.
I was like, I guess what Chrissy's media is gonna be. But their videos are like little history lessons about how certain rides came to be, but also other things like their opinion on, like, one of my favorite videos that they did is how to fix Tomorrowland in Disneyland, and some more opinion-based pieces, and then some history pieces. Like, a good video I would say to jump into their stuff is actually their most recent video, which is the year that changed Disneyland forever, which actually talks about like Walt Disney's contributions to the World Fair and how they contributed to the advance in technology when it comes to animatronics. A lot of animatronic stuff we have now would not be possible or at the level we are today if it wasn't for Walt Disney being like, I want really good animatronics in my theme park. But like, that's an interesting thing to think, but I don't know. There's something about just how he presents things. You can tell that he really likes what he's talking about. And he had like a fucking, throughout the entire month of October, talked about different things about the Haunted Mansion, which, if you can make me watch 30 videos about the Haunted Mansion, you did a good job with something.
Are you basically implying that being passionate about your topics makes an interesting YouTube content?
Yes.
Who would have guessed?
Yeah. But like another good video, which was a topic I didn't know about, was who stole Buzzy? Apparently, someone stole an animatronic from Disneyland.
Allegedly. I think that was disproven.
Allegedly, but it's still a great story.
It is.
But yeah, they also have videos talking about the future of Disney parks, which the future of Disney parks is fucking big because, you know, they have Shanghai Disney with the Tron ride, which is the most badass looking ride I've ever seen.
Showed me recently.
I know. You get to ride light cycles. I want it.
The thing is, Tron sells itself as a ride. The fact that it isn't in America troubles me.
They're finally putting it in Orlando, and I'm like, fuck you, Florida. I want it. But
fuck you and your gators.
Yeah, but I really think, like, I just love history of weird things. My friends can attest. I have an encyclopedic knowledge of topics no one cares about. I can
find new ways to expand it constantly.
I can hop between theme parks, animal biology, animation, weather. Like, I'm weird, but I'm weird. But no, like the fucking, I really think that this is Yesterland, Defunctland, and Offhand Disney both share the thing of they make you interested in a topic you wouldn't otherwise care about. Because who thought that a channel talking about closed theme park rides would be interesting?
I also love that kind of eerie tone he has, because it almost feels like late night spooky stories when he talks about like mishaps and failings and stuff like that. Theme parks you didn't even know existed.
Gather round, children, for the scary story of the Nick Hotel.
Yes.
That is a legit scary story, though. But
sure
like,
is. Those costumes are delightful.
You could argue that with 500,000, Defunctland is not that giant of a channel, but still, I guess we all would be happy with having 500,000.
I mean, but along with that, he has a very successful website, a book. Like, if the subscribers are not everything if you have a dedicated audience willing to buy physical items from you.
That's very true.
But I really think, I know sometimes I really have to push these topics for people. Please, give Offhand Disney, Defunctland, and Yesterworld a chance. For Yesterworld, I would recommend their video talking about the history of Star Tours, because that's a fucking story and a half of how Star Tours came to be. And, with Defunctland, I actually do recommend the Nick Hotel episode. I think that's their most popular video. It's just fucking intriguing how that garbage fire happened. But, like, I really think you will find it eye-opening how interesting these topics are.
Well, I guess links to all in the description down below in case Chrissy provides them to me.
I will provide them. I'm mostly kind of pushing to be like, because I find it an achievement when I get Max to watch something I recommend on this show. Just saying. I've gone to subscribe. You don't want to
see my watch later list. I believe I managed with a lot of sweat to get under 100 a while ago. Watch later videos. Let me just check how long the list currently is, because recently I didn't get around to watch a lot of stuff, so I had to send far too many videos there. Let's see. Click watch later. Where does it tell me how many videos are on here?
That's your job to find out.
Oh, there it says. Okay. It's only 158 videos that I still want to watch later. Some of them are 3-hour podcasts. Others are only like 3 minutes. So I'm good.
I feel half my week when I visit is just going to be trying to catch up on your watch later list, not the 3-hour podcasts. But that's my media recommendation. I always recommend good YouTube channels, like, what was it? Gus Drinks Water. But this one's actually good content, guys. So.
Oh, actually good content this time.
And look, I'm just saying, my other slight idea for media this week was a 10-minute Try Not to Laugh Kermit edition. So be blessed that I picked the good one.
Yeah. So instead of the media equivalent of a shit post, thank you.
I made Chris watch that, and now he hates Jenna Marbles' dogs.
I only needed to see a few pictures and hated him.
Why do people hate that dog?
So we hate the dog. We hate seeing him all the time.
But why do you hate? Why? Why do you hate seeing a doggo?
Because he is the incarnation of humans fucking up nature. They
I don't know. Unless you've met my friend Tia's dog Chico, you wouldn't be saying that about Kermit. Trust me, Kermit's an upgrade.
Look, I'm just saying.
Kermit can't control his body functions.
What's wrong about this dog? I put a link in the chat. It's a picture.
Also, funny when we talk about like interesting stories about Disneyland. Fun fact, Disneyland got created because Walt Disney was really, really depressed and decided to play with trains in his backyard.
Good knowledge. Good knowledge.
I think you're missing the best part of the picture which is the dog in the background. It's getting blocked by the live sign. Right? Yeah, Peach, the normal one.
The normal one is Peach.
As normal as an Italian Greyhound can be. But you know what's also not normal? Our fans, the people that make this show worth.
Why do I
worth
have the
doing.
feeling that this is a transition or a segue into questions?
You ruined my segue. Fuck you.
Isn't that his job?
No, he has enough energy in his fucking life to just make my life.
Did he have like a 5-hour energy before the show? I could have used that.
But no. So, question time.
Question time. It's Q&A.
That sounded awful. But Magical Dude asks, this is also a good transition because I love Kermit, no one else does. What's something your friends are into but you just can't get into?
Okay, let's see.
Furry!
Hey!
I mean that's probably a legit answer coming from Chris.
Yes, because I have a lot of furry friends, and nope, you do you. You do you. You have fun. Nope.
I mean, I guess it would be too easy to just go with Cheddar Marble Dogs.
I mean, that's not really a thing you get into. It's just a thing I laugh at.
Is this now? Okay, but okay, what else? And maybe not something that's exclusively to Chrissy, because we already established just a few minutes ago that she is weird and likes weird stuff. So something people in general.
Oh, my answer was going to be something about you, but sure.
I mean, you still are free to do that, but no, soccer. Or sports in general. I mean, for a short period in my life, like actually short, like maybe a year, and only on a screen to the side of me, I actually watched a little bit of esports. But not even computer games could get me invested in sports, being into a team, being like a dedicated fan, buying shit for it.
No, I get you. I come from a sports family, so I completely get that.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, I believe I told the story about my attempt to watch the World Soccer finale with the family in the best
you had a
circumstances
steak and
ever.
left.
Yeah, basically. Like, pull it, beautiful weather, into the garden, pulling the big flat screen out there, having a grill, having an ice box full with all the good drinks, having family, having good mood, and I one steak, have my drink, look around for a little bit, like, everybody's like talking, reacting to what's on the screen. Okay, look at the halftime, I'm out. I really tried, but it's not my cup of tea, and I cannot get into it. And I mean, then again, I probably lied, because the question was, is there something your friends are into you cannot relate to?
I mean, I'm sure we have friends that are into sports.
Really?
I mean, I like baseball.
I don't get into it.
I mean, I was raised in New York, so I have an intrinsic need to tell people that their team is trash, except for me, the Mets, the team that had the lowest winning rate of an inaugural season ever. So, I mean, it's a very superficial like of sports.
It's so shocking. An Italian growing up in New York?
And
what are the odds?
You were a New Hampshire kid. Shut up.
But Massachusetts born, lady.
Yeah, so you were part of New England, the shitty part that people wish they were in New York.
Oh,
people
boy,
from
here
New
they
York
go
can
again,
fornicate themselves with an
guys.
iron stick.
Oh, fuck you! But no,
Yeah, okay, so what is it what you cannot get into, what people can get into around you?
I'm thinking.
Or specifically me?
It's not even specifically you, because that's the thing. You're a terrible influence on my life, and a lot of things I like, I got introduced to it through you.
Wine, Rick and Morty.
Furry. Well, I mean, I was kind of a furry beforehand, but you really opened my eyes to the fandom.
Open up your eyes!
But, what would it be? I'm into everything, because I like anime, I like video games. As much as Golden likes to say, I do like retro games, and I mean, I guess a little one is, because I have some friends that are into it, I don't like playing League of Legends, but I like the characters in League of Legends, so I don't know if that counts. I don't like playing fucking that specific MOBA, but I like the characters in it.
You also play MOBA, so it's hard to say, like, I cannot get into MOBA if it's just one specific one.
What is it? What What is it, world? Is there something I don't...
Oh. Yes, what is it?
Except for, like, 3 musicians. If you turn on country music, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I hate country music with a passion, and I think that may just be because I was around white trash for a good portion of my life. No, okay, I have a specific artist, because not all country's bad.
I was gonna say, can you name the 3?
This isn't like friends, this is family. Everyone in my family fucking loves Kid Rock.
Oh God.
Every time I hear Kid Rock, I want to break something. Like, if you want me to feel a visceral anger, if you want to see Chrissy get, like, actually mad, like, turn this thing fucking off mad, play Kid Rock. I hate it. I have to fast forward through that fucking scene in Osmosis Jones where he's rapping in that Zit Club because I hate Kid Rock.
First of all, what are you doing watching Osmosis Jones in the first place?
Because Osmosis Jones is half of a good movie.
Like a third of a good movie.
And we're listening to
Kid Rock is atrocious.
That's actually the song that my mom will play nonstop. It played at my uncle's funeral.
Sweet Home Alabama, Sweet Home Alabama, or Kid Rock Sweet Home Alabama tribute.
Yeah, Kid Rock Sweet Home Alabama tribute. I have nothing against Sweet Home Alabama. That's a fucking classic. But when you want to listen to Carry On My Wayward Son, and then some fucker thinks, oh, you know what's a good idea? Let's just take out that fucking CD and put in Kid Rock, and then you hear, it was 1969, my head was short, my hair was long. I want to hurt someone. Like, I
It's
Are
South
you legally
Park.
allowed to play that?
Probably not for more than 30 seconds, but...
That's why I'm staying dead silent. I want to kill you. Also, this fucking person, I'm not going to say bad things about him.
Kyle's mom is a big fat bitch. Kyle's mom. Wait, where's the refrain?
I don't care. I don't care that it's South Park.
Okay, I give up. Fair.
I hate him. I hate Kid Rock so damn much. He's not good. He ruins country. He ruins hip hop. Choose something to be. But like, okay, then that's my one thing Chrissy doesn't like.
So you hate Queen.
I don't hate
because
Queen.
they also switched genres and didn't choose something to be.
No,
and you hate the Beatles. They were also pretty experimental.
Here's the difference, Maximilian. They're good at it.
I don't even think there's an argument there. That is the most ridiculous comparison to even make.
Her complaint was...
That's like saying,
no,
you
but
don't like
her
fish.
complaint...
Oh, I guess you automatically don't like chocolate then.
No. She made a specific argument that I like fish because... Okay, why wouldn't she like... Because I don't like anything swimming in the sea. And then it's like, what about oysters? And she's like, yeah, that's different.
Screen share, Max. I want to glare at you properly.
I need to... Okay, here's something shit about New Skype. And in order to share systems...
I know, but we're not listening to Kid Rock anymore, are we? But like...
What I really want to know are what are the 3 country musicians that you do like?
I mean, we have...
Like, that's what I'm more curious.
I like Johnny Cash.
Good.
I don't count Elvis personally. I do not count him.
I wouldn't count
because some people don't know what to classify Elvis because he's gospel, rock and roll, and country or rockabilly.
You classify him as Elvis or the King.
I like Sheryl Crow. There's some Sheryl Crow stuff I like. What was the third one? There is a third one, but it's not in my brain. Like that says a lot.
Basically.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, first of all, you're missing Hank Williams, the original Hank Williams.
Look, a lot of the old country I like 60s, 50s country. That's okay. I respect
it. Or rather,
I'm not going
true country, which is what it is. Real country.
I ain't gonna pick it. If you give me a fucking 45 of the Beach Boys and a 45 of Johnny Cash, I'm gonna pick the Beach Boys and listen to Barbara Ann. But I respect it. But then country music became shit and white trash, and then Kid Rock happened.
Honestly, in that same situation, I would grab the Johnny Cash because I'd rather listen to the Johnny Cash than the Beach Boys.
Oh, we're not friends anymore. Anyway, next question.
I like the Beach Boys, but Johnny Cash just has a bigger punch, man. I love me some Cash.
You're in the ring of fire. But no, like, next question, because I was in a good mood today. But, okay. Enigmic Royal Prince has a question from his new series of questions called 24 Hours. Weather control. You can control any and all facets of the weather and elements of the planet Earth for 24 hours. How would you use this power in your own unique fashion? So you become Storm from the X-Men on steroids. What you gonna do?
Well, considering I live in Arizona and we only have like one kind of weather all the fucking time.
You would make it cold?
No! I like that it's fucking warm as shit. I hate the god. I grew up in the East Coast, as you did, and snow is the bane of my fucking existence. I hate it. I will always... People always like ever since I moved west, especially being friends with Tia, she's always like, oh, I miss the snow. I fucking don't. You live in the East Coast where your pipes are always freezing, where you have to salt your fucking driveways. You're going to get tired of snow if you live on the East.
I'm jealous of people who live on the East still because since moving to the West, I lost my cold tolerance a lot. So
yeah, we've been to like conventions in the East together.
Oh, MagFest was fucking torture.
Yes, because MagFest, most of us got sick.
Oh yeah, most of us got sick. But it's hilarious to watch the people with no heat tolerance come here.
Oh yeah.
AKA. Max, anytime he went to a I remember we picked up Max from the airport for Nightmare.
I also recall that I have no cold tolerance.
You just have no tolerance. You need to live in a place that's eternally spring. Like, that's it. But no, we picked up Max. Yeah, we picked up Max from the airport for Nightmare Nights, and he walked out in his jacket and jeans, and I heard him go, huh. Because it was at the airport at night in October. It was 85 degrees. And he was like, is this what people live with? I brought thick t-shirts this entire con. I'm going to die.
85 degrees, that's adorable.
I know, it is adorable. But like, you sweated through every shirt you owned that week. It was great. But no, if you could, so you wouldn't change anything about the weather, Chris? All around the world?
If it applies to where you live, then no, I would not. But if I was like, okay.
On the planet Earth.
On the planet. Snow never exists again.
So, ultimate global warming. I get you.
Okay.
Sure. I guess. Snow. Of all the weather, snow is the most inconvenient weather in the world. Like, okay, in the fall, what do you get? Some leaves fall down. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Snow it's killed people, okay? Icicles have killed people.
Have you heard about...
It's deadly.
Also, have you heard about those wildfires in California? Because there was a lot of leaves on the ground.
I feel like some penguins would like to have a conversation with you.
Fuck the penguins. They've got one part. They'll be fine.
I mean, there are penguins living in warm regions. That's actually true.
So when's the last time you saw a fucking penguin in the United States if it wasn't at a fucking zoo?
Well, apparently the war works. You don't have penguins.
I mean, there's a Batman villain. Does that count? But okay, so you would make snow not exist. What about you, Max? You can control the weather.
Yeah, so this is anecdote time. So first of all, I was born and raised in the beautiful city of Aachen, which doesn't have weather. I mean, we literally have the saying, how do you know that it is summer in Aachen? The rain gets warmer. Because it's rainy. It's always cloudy, it's always rainy. In winter,
oh, so you lived in the German version of England?
Yeah, but it's also like never snow, never summer, just like rain.
Also, the way you keep saying, because I don't know this location, it sounds like you're trying to say Arkham, and after the whole thing about the penguin, now my mind's confused.
Yes,
it would make Max's existence make so much more sense.
I literally lived in Arkham for the first few years of my life, and I escaped from there to Berlin. Anyways,
put that in his head. Anyway,
yes,
what would you do?
Question to the chat and everybody watching: which Arkham character am I? Anyways, I don't know. We need to get more audience involvement.
Where's the one? What's the one that was actually just a precursor to Freakazoid? That's the one you are.
Yeah, but yeah. So I basically went to when I moved to Berlin, and I moved here in January, and I came here, and there was like snow, like snow that stayed there for days, not this one snow day which in Arkham we always have. No, but actual snow staying there for multiple days. I had to put on my boots to get to work and stuff like this. And then we also had like actual hot summer where it's like, oh, this is a hot summer. And I was like, wow, I finally moved to a place that has actual weather. Like seasons. Like actual seasons. And I enjoyed it. And then in my second winter here, nothing.
You got a taste of it, and it went away.
Yes, it tricked me. I brought the Arkham to Berlin, and so yeah. What would I change? What is the finite idea of this endless rambling? I would bring seasons back to Berlin because I'm egocentric and I don't only care about myself. And I want to have real seasons here, and because I'm a generous guy, I bring them back by reversing global warming. There you go, fuckers. I saved the planet and have seasons where I live now for 24 hours.
Cool. But no, okay, so
pun?
I guess.
No, it's not even a pun. It's just like.
No.
I remembered.
I said cool.
No. Oh, she. Okay. No, I just remembered like. Wait, it's only for 24 hours. Seasons don't last this long.
You would just get all the sea. You would become Florida.
Oh, lovely.
But no, what would I?
Oh okay, no, you still have a question. Oh, you haven't answered. I don't know. Then answer. Okay. You brought an anecdote. You already brought a weather anecdote. So I kind of registered it as you talked, but you didn't. So quick, do something. You have to talk now, or I kept rambling. Oh my God, you have to talk about weather.
Okay. I had two ideas. One is not a 24-hour idea. It would just be that I would probably just, make it rain somewhere that needs rain. The other idea for 24 hours is that I would find someone that I really don't like and make the weather absolutely shit only for him. You see the cartoon characters with a rain cloud over their head.
The fact that she already says
encourage
him.
The cowardly dog.
The fact she already said him. She has somebody specific in mind. It probably is Chris.
I mean, you ever play Minesweeper and you see one and you go one down? I think about that. But no, I would just, the cartoon characters where there's just a rain cloud above their head. Now imagine a little hurricane above their head. And maybe some lightning, a tornado maybe. And I would just have that be their life for the entire day. And they'll wonder, why is God hating me? No, God doesn't hate you. Someone else does.
Who happens to have ultimate weather powers for 24 hours.
Yeah, so a temporary God. It's just like, let's just give an example. He's just sitting at home playing Subnautica, just a random game. And then suddenly his house is flooding with water.
That would be a truly immersive experience.
Don't you mean submersive? Ha ha. Kill yourself. Next question. This one is actually for Chris himself. Aficionados Chris, what are your credentials of being a bona fide aficionado? What have you properly criticized and reviewed to be granted such a title and job? Also, what has been the best and worst thing you have ever reviewed or critiqued?
Okay, so that's 3 questions, I think, in one.
That's Enigma's little shtick right there, but he's tried shortening down to 2 questions, but that also means that it's kind of like in school where it's like, oh, you only have 2 questions for homework, and one of the questions has like 8 subsets.
Fair enough. What gives me the credential? In high school, that's what a lot of people said I was. They called me a film aficionado, and I just thought that was a fancy word.
I just wanted to say, what high school did you go to where kids actually know the word aficionado?
Oh, I didn't say kids.
How old were the
teachers
people
called me that?
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Because I was like, holy crap, you went to high school with adults?
I mean, when
anyway,
you
so that would be the credential. Well, actually, to give a proper credential, I actually was a print critic. I worked for the local paper back in New Hampshire. I think it was the youngest film critic. Not like I was 11 or anything. I was in high school still, but I wrote reviews for, at the time, the newly opened theater. It was the town got its first independent film theater where they would play, all the foreign films and all the classic films and stuff like that. So my job was to review their new releases. Secret of Kells was one of the films I had to review, actually. Terrible movie, for the record. And
didn't even ring a bell.
I suppose that's the...
What do you mean it didn't ring a Kell?
Ha ha ha. I suppose that would be the credential, is that unlike most... I feel like it's gloated, but unlike most YouTube movie critics, I actually have, proper journalistic critic credentials, because some people didn't even do that. Some just went straight to YouTube, which is fine. Express yourself however you want. The world changes and stuff, but it's a cool thing to remember that I actually had that opportunity. As far as the best and worst things I've reviewed, I wanted to do they think what is the thing that turned out the best video, or what was just overall the worst thing I'd ever seen?
Just go for overall.
Oh, God. The best thing I've ever reviewed. Oh, God. I want to say... I'll come back to that one, but I think the worst thing I ever reviewed, and I was still pretty nice to the film, I think the worst thing I ever reviewed was Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know your hatred of that.
I hate that movie so much. That's beside the point. Just I feel like people just kind of forgot the movie even happened at this point. Does anyone even remember it? Did any of you people ever see it?
I saw it.
Oh, you did. Honestly, at this point, I think the best thing I ever reviewed would probably be the Don Hertzfeldt collection, simply because I still think Don Hertzfeldt's films are some of the best animated films out there. They're very different than most films. They're arguably, they're about as poignant as a Pixar film, which I know that's the standard, they're the greatest anime, and they are great. They're great films. But watch some Don Hertzfeldt. Specifically, watch Rejected, because it's one of the most incredible comedy films.
My spoon is too big.
Highly influential. I pretty much invented the internet's sense of humor. And It's Such a Beautiful Day and World of Tomorrow, 2 of his later films, which are just beautiful, beautiful movies. So I guess I'd say those. I think those would be my answers.
Good answers. And now... we're going a bit long, so we'll save we'll save your question for next week. Because
do we ever remember to go back to our questions?
I'll pin this question so we'll remember it.
Sure, because that will work.
Well, I see the pin thing, and the red circle annoys me, so there we go. Because it wasn't our good old Wolfhead who gave us the fuck, marry, kill this week. No. Our local cat named Odie decided, hey, like a cat, I'm going to ruin someone's day and do this. Fuck, marry, kill. Coke Chan, Sprite San, or Mountain Dew Tan. So... if there were personifications of Coke, Sprite, and Mountain Dew, who would you fuck, marry, and kill?
Just help out my weep cred for the audience, of course. The ending tan, what does it mean? in contrast to San. On
I
Chan,
don't
wait,
know.
we have Chan, San, and Tan. Oh god, now we need to first weep up.
Okay.
Sun, I believe, is a bro. Like Chan is a little.
Can we just make them all anime girls?
They are.
Hey,
But
just
no.
make this simple. We're trying to fuck Soda here. Do we really need to complicate it further?
I mean, yes.
I mean, okay. I mean, it also is like if we go with Chan, San, and Tan, we also kind of give them different traits that are not related to their brand. So we make them all Chans for this time. So we don't need to spend too much time figuring it out. So Coke Chan, Sprite Chan, and Mountain Dew Chan.
Okay.
So, Chris, who would you fuck, marry, and kill?
I would kill Coke-chan so that I can consume her blood, which is probably just pure Coca-Cola. So I've got that covered. I would fuck the Mountain Dew because it's probably really energetic and wonderful. And marry the Sprite because it's probably very calm and sweet.
All right, then. Wow, you're the first guest we've had that's been that succinct and, like, quick with an answer. I'm not surprised because it's you.
He
But,
knows
okay.
his soft drinks
He knows his soft drinks.
and his Japanese anime girls.
So Max, what you've had experience with soda girls this week. So what are
Yes.
your choices?
I mean, I am tempted to say Mary Coke Chan, but I don't really want to go. I mean, I kind of helped her get into creation, but I still would go with fucking Coke Chan because she keeps you up all night.
No, she doesn't.
She
I can
also
attest to that.
she's also corrosive enough to melt pennies.
See? This sounds very promising, doesn't it? So yeah, I would fuck Coke Chan. I would marry Sprite Chan because it's still a bit healthier. It's still sugar water, but it's at least not Coke, so it's not
Of the three choices,
yes,
Key,
of
it
the-
is definitely the lesser of the evils.
That's my point. So therefore, I would marry her because being stuck with her my entire life at least wouldn't shorten it as much as the other two would. And yeah, kill Mountain Dew.
You just don't like Mountain Dew.
It's glowy stuff. It's like unhealthy. Mountain Dew is the STD of Chun, so I said it.
But it's the gamer drink, man.
Yeah, and you know how much sex gamers have. So what's your choice?
You'd be surprised.
Good point. Let's see. You know, every week I just appreciate more and more that people that when these questions come up, they're either all girls or all really weird creatures. There's the Chris Pratt and Chris Pine one was the most refreshing one in a while. Because no one can judge me for liking Chris Pratt. But anyway, anime soda titties.
Chris dies a little bit with every time you reiterate it.
You know what? I'm gonna kill Sprite Chan.
Just
I-
to sprite me?
No, I'm gonna kill Sprite Chan because god damn it, 7-Up is better and more interesting.
But she's not even on the board.
I don't care. In this universe that I am making in my head right now, that we have an entire land of anime soda
So you're
girls.
already counting on
A fucking
whoever.
visual novel of anime soda girls that you may date.
Yes,
That's
and you
where
know what?
we are
I'm not
going,
gonna,
actually,
I'm
but-
not going to betray 7-Up. If I had the choice of my clear soda,
But-
the clear soda girls, I'm going to pick the Uncola instead of Sprite.
But here's the thing. Okay, I accept your reasoning for killing Sprite, but this means you already plan to cheat on whoever you are going to marry with Sprite Chan if she ever crosses your way.
Isn't that what a harem anime is? I want to imagine myself as the protag of this soda anime.
Fair,
This is
fair.
this is a vending machine online.
Oh, don't bring the online part in there.
But
still,
no, but no,
but still,
but no.
fair. So please
But no,
tell us,
okay,
in your
okay, so-
harem, who is the one you officially settled with, and who is the one your
The
number
one that I
one?
fuck.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna fuck Mountain Dew Chan because
Aha!
well, look, I don't want to settle with that. That thing's got problems.
That is the point. I killed it. I relate. I killed it.
It is counted along with dark-colored sodas as one of the sodas that is a leading cause of kidney failure. So, no, I'll have you for the experience. Maybe it was a really late night and I decided, hey, mixing some vodka with you would be a great idea. It wasn't. But, you know what? I can live with one regret, not a lifetime of it. And then I would marry Coke Chan. Because looking at that Tumblr post, I feel like me and her would have a deep connection on changing your body. for the... What? She started as this kind of stocky bottle, and now she has some curves and embraces it and all that. I can relate. And you know, I fucking love Coca-Cola, man. Back when I was a kid, I had a Coke radio and I had a piggy bank that was Coke bottles. I had a weird collection during my teenage years where anytime I would get a glass Coke bottle, I would keep it. I had a dresser top with like 40 Coke bottles. I had a problem, and I'm going to continue that problem into marriage.
Oh my god, I just realized.
What?
So you basically had a little bit of a Coke shrine already.
I'm a yandere for Coke.
You are the yandere for Coke, Chan.
Coke, Chan. But the thing is, I know I'm going to have to dye my hair because I feel like she would get triggered with the blue hair.
Pepsi Chan!
Maybe I am secretly Pepsi Chan, and that's why I'm like, Baka Yandere Chan for Coke.
I thought you were doing a gender bend of ANY's OC.
That's why she went blue.
That's why I look so good, isn't it?
I mean,
but no.
I literally own the same shirt, so she is...
Oh god, no, let's not go deeper into this mental fortitude, because it's just making me feel awkward.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random grabs. Time for awkward gags. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward gags. It's the awkward. Hard work and analysis, which you do not